Hey, Ryan here with Thanks Today. In this video, we are going to set up a just listed and or a just sold card. I'm going to show you how to do this in the system. But I want to mention first that Thanks Today does have something called justlistedjustsold.com, which is designed to be a shortcut to this process. So a lot of our real estate people will just go to justlistedjustsold.com and use the wizard that's here. Kind of locks you into some of the design and template choices, but there's also a lot of flexibility with where you can put your, you can put your logo, you can personalize it, you can send people to a lot of different places. So it's really cool, justlistedjustsold.com. But for the purposes of this video, I want to show you, if you want, how to build your own templated system in Thanks.io so that you can quickly send just listed and just sold cards. So here we are in the system. I'm going to assume you've already completed the branding step if you were able to access this part. If you haven't, you're going to click on Branding Builder on the left side. And then what I've done here is I've gone to Image Templates, and you should see something like this. Now, it might look slightly different if we add more templates, but basically, these are dynamic images that we've created in the system for you out of the box to start with. And the first thing I'll mention is that the just listed, just sold options you see in the background, and even these other templates that we won't talk about much today, they have these people on them that I think look a little cheesy, but they're there for you to use if you want, or you can remove and add your own overlays. So all of this can be customized. That's what I want to say first. So let's go ahead, and you can see here I'm hovering over just listed and just sold. I'm going to click edit on the just listed card, and then you can rename this whatever you want so you can remember it, or you can just leave it as so. You'll see here you can pick the different underlay designs. So if I highlight this in red, this one down here, and I click generate preview in these different options, it'll move where the house in the background goes right here. So you see it kind of moved it over, and some of the templates are locked in to use the text will appear in certain spots, so some will be more friendly than others for changes. As you saw, that one looked a little bit wonky just because it wasn't a full background, but let's switch to a full background here again. And just so you know, this is the recommended way to go. These top four with the full picture of the house in the background for a just listed or just sold card is the way to go. It gets the most attention and the most scans from what we've seen, but you can use any designs you want. So going here down the list, you can see here we have Street View. See this tag? It was added by using Street View or Map View right here. And what this does is it puts a picture of the recipient's home in the background. So the person who's receiving the card will see their house. If you're doing a just listed, probably don't want to do that, right? So what you're going to do, if you want, is you're going to switch this out and then upload a picture of the property. Now, do I have here? I'm just going to grab any old image here. It's not a picture of a house, but you can upload an image there, and then you can change all the text. So it says header just listed, and it has by default neighbor street. That's for some automation we have, but just listed, and then you just put 123 Main Street, whatever the property is, right? 123 Main Street. Main Street, just hit the market, scan the QR code to see the photos and listing price, whatever you want to do. And then the QR code will be the QR code that you want to, where you want people to go to see details about the property. Now, it's set by default to be the message side QR, which we're going to do in a minute. You can just use the same code for both, the same URL from the message side of your card. But what I do a lot of times, I'll just put whatever that URL is right here where they're going to go to get details about the property. And then you'll see here logo image URL. It's automatically pre-filling. It's black at the top left here. It's automatically pre-filling your logo from the branding builder. If you don't want the logo on there, sometimes you won't. You can just delete that. And then this part over here where it says just listed with the heart, maybe that's not your style, not your taste. You can go ahead and delete the overlay image URL. Now, we do have on the Thanks.io YouTube channel, I'll try to link it somewhere near this video, a way to put your own overlays on the card. So if you wanted to get fancy, you could have yourself standing there on the lawn, for example. It requires a little bit of technical know-how. Basically, what you're going to do is you're going to create an image in Canva with a transparent background, and you'll put it in this section for those of you that are more geeky and understand what I just said. But basically, I'm going to generate preview now. You can see it grabbed the random image for our pay-per-click marketers group and threw it in the background. Just imagine that this is a picture of the house, the recipient's house, right? The house that you just listed, sorry. And that would go in the background. And then what you would have is you would have your image template done. Bothering me a little, I just grabbed a generic picture of a house so you can get a better idea. And then you can move around the QR code by switching to different options up here, as we started to say up top. So maybe you like that a little better. But basically, the QR code on the front, the dynamic image overlay. Also know that if you want, you could merge in the person's name. So you could do like this, first name. See this tag that I grabbed over on the right side from the dynamic tags? First name, we just listed, right? So you can get a little more personal. Then that's your image side, okay? Now, Your message side, we go to message templates. We also have those built in here. You can see there's a just listed. I can edit that. Know that you can also just go ahead and add your own fresh message template. This is just to get you started. So we just listed, we just put, and then you would put the address in here, 123 Main Street, on the market. Being their neighbors, we thought we would show you first in case you had any friends. So you would do any scripting you want. And then of course, this side is going to have your picture and your branding on it right here. So it's going to have your picture to the left of the QR if you've done the branding builder step right there. So that's your message side. Write whatever you want. Best practice. Okay, so I'm going to just do a best practice. You can have them scan the QR to see picks and pricing, but you can also do this. You can also scan the QR code to see what your house might sell for today. So a lot of people who use Thanks.io will actually not bring the person to details about the property. They would do something like scan the QR code. They would do something like shoot me a text if you want more details about the just listed property, right? Or the just sold property. I'm being very quick here, right? But you get the idea. You have them text you for that. And then PS, you can scan the QR code, do something like this. You can scan the QR code to see what your house might sell for today. And then of course, you can change up the print and everything up top here if you want it to be a little more clear and not handwritten on a postcard. I find that on smaller postcards, I like to use the print. On bigger postcards, maybe you get away with the text, but mostly the handwriting's better on letters and note cards. Anyway, I have the message side, I have the image side built. Now it's just a matter of sending this out to the neighbors, right? So from here, I'm going to click step-by-step wizard. Up at the top left, I'll pick my size. I'll pick that last card. I'll pick the messaging just listed. It'll write it out for me here, right? I'll hit save and continue. And then what you can do here is you could have built your list in the mailing list in Thanks.io first, but probably quickest is to just click radius search. Enter the location of the subject property up here, right? And then you can pick nearest neighbors, or you can pick from a different categories. Maybe you want to only let the people who have some equity in their homes know about this for whatever reason. You can include condos or not include condos. You can include the search address in the mailing list, which means you would send it to the person's house who you just listed. That's up to you if you want them to see the card or not. And then you hit save and continue right here. Do you want to append or current resident? Totally up to you. Appending the or current resident makes it less likely to get a return because the post office will deliver it whether the person who you're sending it to lives there still or not, or if you leave that off and you want it to feel a little less generic, you can do that. But totally up to you. Either way, you're going to be fine. Set your return address and then bam, submit and send order now. So what a lot of people will do, especially people who have admins who are doing their just listed, just solds for them, they'll actually come in every time they have a new just listed or just sold, and they'll just change out these two templates. They'll change out the just listed template to be for the next house, and they'll change out the image template to be about the house they just listed. So they don't have to build new templates every time. They're just changing a few fields. They buy the mailing list and push send. So that's how to build just listed, just sold cards in Thanks.io. Again, we have justlistedjustsold.com. A little bit of a shortcut, but a lot of people like to be able to customize. So that's what this video is about. You can fully customize this if you want. Last thing I'll say right here is that if you want us to build a custom implementation that automatically sends just listed or just sold cards for you, triggered from your CRM whenever a just listed or just sold happens. This is possible to do, but we will only do it for team leaders and broker owners who have significant activity because it is a lot of work. But just get in touch with us, Ryan at Thanks.io or support at Thanks.io if you want a custom implementation. I would say you should always have, if you're somebody who always has like 5 listings or more, maybe this starts to make sense to do. Otherwise, it's more work and more hassle to maintain than just coming in here and doing it one-off. But we do have the ability for larger teams and companies, broker owners who want to automate a lot of this. We have the ability to set that up for you. We can also white label the justlistedjustsolds.com portal to your brokerage or team if you want, if you have a lot of activity for your team members. Okay, this is how to build just listed, just sold cards in Thanks.io.